This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. Over the past 18 months, certain Rolex models like Pepsi, Batman, Daytona, Hulk, and Tiffany have experienced significant fluctuations in both appreciation and depreciation. However, when it comes to determining the unquestionable face of Rolex, the Pepsi model has traditionally held a prominent position. The Pepsi model, with its iconic blue and red bezel, has long been associated with Rolex and is recognized as a symbol of the brand. While other models like Batman, Daytona, Hulk, and Tiffany have gained attention and experienced notable price fluctuations, Pepsi has maintained its status as an emblematic representation of Rolex. In today's video brought to you by the Luxury World, we will give you some insights into the Rolex GMT Master 2, also known as the Pepsi. We will analyze this model and see if it is still a top choice for Rolex watches. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, we highly recommend doing so now to stay informed about our future video releases. The Rolex GMT Master 2 Pepsi has a rich history and is known for its dual time zone functionality, allowing travelers to keep track of 2 time zones simultaneously. It has become an iconic timepiece that embodies both luxury and practicality. The Rolex Pepsi refers to a specific model within the Rolex GMT Master 2 collection. It is characterized by a blue and red bezel, reminiscent of the colors found on a Pepsi can, which has made it instantly recognizable and highly sought after by watch enthusiasts. Let us start with the first-hand impressions of Rolex Pepsi, and then we can delve into a discussion about whether it still represents the face of Rolex, whether it justifies its premium price, and what elements make it truly iconic. When you first pick up this watch, you immediately notice its weight, which imparts a sense of solidity and robustness. This characteristic is consistent across the GMT Master series, and it extends to the Submariner as well. Some people experience the same feeling with other Rolex models like the Datejust or the Milgauss, nor with certain other models like the Explorer. It is specifically the GMT Master design specifications that elevate this watch to a sublime level when worn on the wrist. This timepiece possesses a unique wearing experience that sets it apart from other watches. This sentiment is often expressed when discussing GMT Masters, as they have a distinct way of sitting on the wrist and commanding attention. The only other watch that compares in terms of wearability is the Submariner, as it shares similar characteristics. When worn, the GMT Master positions itself with a sense of authority, and although it may sound pretentious, it is an apt description for this watch. It exudes a certain level of pretentiousness, which is part of its charm. One interesting aspect is how the watch appears larger than its actual size when worn, making it suitable for wrists of many sizes. This effect can be attributed to the lug design and the slight overhang of the bezel. There is an ongoing debate about which bracelet suits this watch better, the polished center links or PCL Oyster bracelet or the Jubilee bracelet. But to be precise, we are conditioned to associate the PCL bracelet with the Batman model, as that was how it was originally introduced. In more recent times, following the release of the Pepsi on the Jubilee bracelet, we have witnessed the introduction of the Batman model on the same bracelet as well. People believe the Jubilee bracelet complements the Pepsi model better, since there have been numerous discussions and analyses regarding the dial, case construction, and bracelet of Rolex watches. We would like to focus on the subjective aspects on this video. What makes this watch highly coveted is the combination of 2 thin semicircles with contrasting colors. From an aesthetic standpoint, it should not necessarily work, but we have been conditioned to appreciate and find it cool. The colors on the ceramic bezel are achieved through meticulously developed heat treatment processes carried out in Switzerland. These processes contribute to the allure of this timepiece and add to its desirability. Let us now address our main question. Is Pepsi still the face of Rolex? Is it worth the premium? And what makes this watch iconic? The Pepsi model represents the epitome of classic Rolex, standing out as undeniably recognizable. While it does not necessarily draw direct design inspiration from the Submariner, it shares similar characteristics, and the Submariner itself is one of the most ubiquitous Rolex watches ever. The blue and red bezel of the Pepsi is even more distinctive than the black and blue bezel of the Batman, exuding a sense of luxury and high-quality craftsmanship. However, it does not have the same attention-grabbing presence as a Panerai watch, which can be easily identified. One challenge is that wearing a GMT Master on the wrist does not necessarily indicate a watch enthusiast. The popularity of the GMT Master has attracted finance professionals and individuals who view it as a symbol of class or status. While this may be a bit disheartening, it remains true. In terms of recognition, the Rolex Daytona may be considered the face of Rolex within the enthusiast community. However, to the broader public, the GMT Master is far more recognizable and synonymous with the Rolex brand. It could be argued that the GMT Master and the Submariner contend for that recognition. When it comes to popularity, it is worth noting that Datejust is the most popular Rolex in terms of sales volume. Now, whether the watch is worth its premium depends on the context. If you are purchasing a used watch, then it may be worth it due to potentially lower prices in the secondary market. However, if you intend to buy a new piece in the current market, it may not be worth the premium, especially considering that wearing the watch will result in depreciation. If depreciation is a concern for you, then the premium may not be justified. Obtaining the watch at its retail price is also quite challenging, as availability has not significantly changed, at least not for this model. It is important to consider that newer models with more recent dates stamped on the warranty cards tend to hold their value better and command higher prices. Therefore, if you intend to purchase the watch and keep it in a safe or for investment purposes, it may not be the most worthwhile choice. Instead, you may want to consider the white gold GMT Master with the Pepsi configuration, as that could be a more compelling option. In terms of what makes this watch iconic, that can be attributed to a combination of factors, such as its distinct bezel color combination, its association with Rolex's GMT Master line, and its enduring recognition and desirability among watch enthusiasts. The Rolex Pepsi has undergone various updates and iterations over the years, incorporating advancements in technology and materials. This model has experienced fluctuations in availability and demand, with certain versions becoming highly collectible and commanding significant premiums in the secondary market. The term iconic is often used in association with many Rolex watches, which can be repetitive to hear. However, the story behind Rolex Pepsi adds a layer of significance. In the 1950s, Pan Am Airlines approached Rolex for a watch that would allow their pilots to track 2 time zones. Rolex agreed and incorporated the same colors as Pan Am Airlines, resulting in the black and blue bezel configuration known as the Pepsi. This historical connection and the reiteration of the original Rolex reference 6542 watch contribute to its iconic status. While the story remains relevant to us today, it has been 70 years since those events occurred. As a result, people may not relate to the story as strongly, and it has become more of a legendary tale passed down through generations. Despite this, the watch is still considered iconic because people consistently refer to it as such. Its cool appearance also adds to its appeal. However, for most of the public, the true significance lies in it being the original GMT Master from 1954, which holds its iconic status. For those with personal connections to pilots, Pan Am Airlines, or specific use cases, the watch may hold deeper meaning and significance. However, for many people, it is more about the historical and emotional appeal that Rolex has successfully cultivated. The GMT Master is part of Rolex's heritage and highlights the brand's commitment to precision, durability, and reliability. It exemplifies Rolex's reputation for exceptional craftsmanship and diligence. What are your thoughts on the Rolex GMT Master 2? Do you agree or disagree with whether it is still the top choice? We encourage you to share your comments and opinions in the comments section below. If you found the video enjoyable, we would appreciate hearing your feedback in the comments and your support by following us and giving us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching Luxury World, and we eagerly anticipate your presence in our upcoming videos.